What's up, boys and girls? My name is Jeffrey Scott Mitchell, and it's been a long time, ain't it? It's been a long time since I've been out here on this path, maybe like 2 months. Hell, remember I was walking this path, I was walking 4 miles every day before work for like a year or so. And then I fell off because of sickness and weather, blah, blah, blah. I ain't been out here in a couple months. Yesterday was the first day, and I think I did like 4,000 steps before work. And then it did another 6,000 during work, during breaks and lunches. So that was like first time I really got a good 10,000 in a while. But anyway, I'm back out here. I want to let y'all know that the sunshine is back. I'm feeling better. Whatever feeling better means, whatever it was that didn't have me feeling better, I definitely wasn't feeling gooder. I was feeling goodish or okay-ish, probably just okay. But now I feel a little bit more spirited. You can probably see the sun is out. I ain't got to wear 1,000 clothes, and I feel good. Having just got back from New Orleans, after seeing George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic at the Howling Wolf in New Orleans, I feel it my duty, not my duty, but I feel it my obligation. No, not even my obligation. Hell, I ain't got to do nothing. But you know I got to talk about it. You know I got to talk about it. Might as well go right at it. Mike Hampton. Let's just go right at it. Mike Hampton. Let's just go right to funk at it. Because, as I've said over the years, Mr. Curry, Mr. Bedrosian, Mr. Cowan, Mr. Thomas, they are always so solid that there's nothing to like report. Not that I'm trying to report or criticize or do anything. They just are so solid. There's nothing amazing. Well, Mr. Bedrosian did opening Maggie Bray, sang a song I had never heard of. And DJ Sosa's to Melissa was next to me. She went crazy like she had heard it before. I was like, well, you know, that's what she does. So she heard it before, and I was like, I never heard this song before. What song is this? Then they went into Maggie Bray. But, and also I remember with Mr. Curry, I realized that from where I usually stand and where he's positioned, I don't get to see him. I don't see him. Or better yet, he don't get to see me. So I'm listening to Up for the Downstroke, and I'm hearing the bass line, and I'm looking at the video, and I can't see Mr. Curry at all. He just ain't in it at all. He just obliterated, you know, from the people on the stage and being on the riser in the back over in that corner. But you can hear him getting it, you know. You hear him getting it. Him and Mr. Cowan on drum, locking it in. And you had the guitars doing what they do. And that leads me back to Mr. Hampton. There was a couple moments where Mr. Hampton's rhythm guitar was turned down, whatever turned down means. And I guess in my case, it meant turned down so that I could hear other instruments in the band played. So he was turned down, and it was in the mix. So there was a couple times there where I can hear him, Mr. Scheider, and Mr. God's Weapon doing stuff with each other. You know, kind of whatever, you know, filling each other out or whatever that's called. And it was pleasant. Because Mr. Hampton's rhythm guitar wasn't so loud that it literally will be louder than all the other instruments put together. More on that later. So I can hear them going back and forth, kind of doing stuff, and I'm looking, and I got my camera. So I got my camera facing them two. I want to see, you know, what's going on between them two. For whatever reason, that's where my attention was. And Brandy was right there. So Brandy was her spot was like right between them. So I'm trying to shoot Mr. Scheider and Mr. Scheider and Mr. Hampton and get the guitars and see what they doing. And Brandy's like right there in the middle. And I have no complaints about that. It was nice. And she did good too. There was a time there where also with Brandy, or should I do the guitar? Should I do Brandy now or should I do the guitar? Let's do the guitars. So Mr. Hampton's like down in the mix. You can see him being Mr. Hampton on stage during all of this. With, you know, he just being Mr. Hampton. And I realized, and I told him to, I really didn't understand what I call his antics on stage. I didn't understand them. I didn't know, quote, maybe how, not important, but a part of it all it is. And his presence and whatever those things he does on stage. But you know, you can see he just looks bored. It's like, all right, you know. And so he's like, you know, doing stuff on guitar between songs. You know, and he had it down low, whereas before it was so loud that he was just, you know, like noodling around. He was louder than everybody. And so even one time though too, I looked over and it looked like he unplugged his guitar. I was like, oh man, are you serious? It looked like he unplugged it. Because he was like, didn't want to, you could tell he just felt like he was being restrained. This is what my take on it. Looked like he felt like he was being restrained. Like, okay, fuck it, I'm just going to unplug. That way, you know, blah, 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 you know, whatever. I ain't turn it down, whatever. But he was in the mix or whatever, and they was doing stuff. And he was playing parts, and I looked to see, ooh, who's playing that? And who's playing that guitar riff on that song? Who's doing that? And then it came a point, I'm not sure what song it was, where he was like, you know, noodling with the rhythm guitar part or whatever. And then it was time for him to come in on that lead. Oh my God. You just see him just perk up. I guess he plugged that shit back in or whatever. And that shit just took the fuck off. It just took the fuck off. Just as loud and clear. It sounded like he had an effect on it this time. It wasn't as steely and sharp as it usually is. But it was still loud and it cut through. And it did what a guitar solo is supposed to do. Cut through. And it was good to, you know, not see it or experience it, you know, at one level, kind of turned down. And then just to see him come in and kick it off and just take that guitar level way up and take the whole everything just up. You know, it just brings everything up when he come in loud. And it's so beautiful, and he's just playing, and you can hear every little string pull and tug and rub and fingering. You can hear it all. Because you're just like right there. That amp he got or whatever, it's like amazing. So he did that, and he came in, and it was just, the band did really good. I mean, I know I say it all the time, but this show was really good. I was telling DJ Sosa, he was like, you know, she was going through what she was going through regarding the show that she has already stated publicly. You know, so she called me. I was like, no, you gotta go. What the hell? You know, this might be your last one. I mean, this might be the last one in New Orleans. And you, Queen of New Orleans. And she is. Lord have mercy. Every time I go there and I'm hanging out with her, keys to the city. It feels like we had just have a good time. Because we're in our circle, P-Funk circle. I'm usually there for a P-Funk event, so there's things set up around that event. It's just a P-Funk thing, so it was just good to show. It was one of the best. It really was. The energy was good. The tempo seemed to be up. I came in earlier, so I got there to see sound check. Mr. Bedrosian, Mr. Cowan, Mr. Thomas was in there doing flashlight. I guess they were sound checking Danny's synthesizer or whatever, so they were playing flashlight, and it was good. It was good. It was just like, sound check is always good. To hear it, and the tempo seemed to be up, a little bit more energy if you ask me. So that was good. It was just a good show. New Orleans was a good show. Something about New Orleans, period, for me. I mean, that's just the bottom line. It's just something about New Orleans, period. And I was thinking, when I went down there the first time in 2016, and I saw P-Funk there, the day after was Prince's second line. And I didn't know what a second line was or anything. But I went to that second line, and it was just people dancing on the roofs, houses, walking down the street. It's like a parade, band. People was out there getting it everywhere you look. On beat rhythm, just crawling on the streets, just doing wild, crazy dances. I was just in heaven. And this time, I realized, hell, I've been in New Orleans like 4 times. What the hell's that about? And I had forgot about that second line. I forgot that impact the second line had on me. Because once I experienced all that rhythm and all those people just being free, walking down the street, just grooving and getting it, I mean, just rhythm, people on beat everywhere. I said, I'm coming back. Sure enough, I did. Like 3 more times, I guess. So, I shouldn't be, I guess it kind of stuck up on me what it is about New Orleans. Because it was good. It was good. I gotta say, even the white old woman be on beat. Kids, you look at the videos, kids, just jumping up and down, trying to get the attention for bees, they're jumping on beat. All the movements, it seems that everybody's on beat, even if they're not dancing. It seems to be like a rhythm to it. And the kids that jump, they'll jump, like, but it'll be on beat. And the music was just playing, good music everywhere, from the bands to the floats playing music. I'm talking about doing the Mardi Gras this time, not doing the second line. So we were out there, and it was just good. It was just good. Mr. Clinton was good at the show. As always, energized, energy. I mean, Tre'lude. I mean, it was just good. And another thing that happened at the show. Brandy was on the mic, and I think she said something. Actually, I think she said, I want to go home or something. I think she said something. But I heard her. I was like, whoa. You could actually hear her voice. I was like, whoa. I was like, do that again. I was like, do that again. And I was like, wave my hand, like, do that again. And she did it again. She was laughing. And the band kind of, settled in behind her. And she was saying something. I don't know. She was saying something. And it was like right in the pocket. It reminded me like when I'm in the studio and Mello say something or hit a line or a lick. I'm like, and I'll pick up on it and I'll repeat it to make it a refrain. And then the people who can really sing, like Charlie Lake and Mello, they may repeat it to become that part of the song, and then she'd go on an ad-lib. But it was fun to see if I could call it out like that. Yeah, like that. Keep doing that. And she says, I want to go something, she was saying. I was like, yeah. And also, I noticed that I could actually hear them. I could actually hear the backup singers more. And I think on Funky UFO, you could actually hear them singing it. I remember also, back in the day, Belita Woods. Belita would come out, sing her Sentimental Journey. And that part, and you can hear it clear. Her voice cut through. You're like, yeah. But when Kim Manning and Kendra would sing, you literally could not hear them And one post I said, I'm not saying anything about their voice, yeah or nay, because I can't hear them at all. Zero. You just can't hear them. The band be playing. But then as soon as Belita come in, she starts singing. She cut right through with that voice and that projecting. I think somebody told me, all they said it was projecting or something. They never project. So fast forward a decade or so, Kendra sits in with the band and doing Up for the Downstroke. She does the Fat Cat part, and you can hear her cutting through clear. You know, she's the one now cutting through clear. Her voice just cutting through. You can hear everything. You know, you can just like hear all parts of it. And now, the backup singers there, Tanisha and Brandy, you can't hear them. You can't, it's like it's flipped now. You know, now Kendra's the one that's, you know, out up front, whatever, doing whatever part, projecting whatever it is to make her hear clear up front. And you can't hear the other two, the other backup singer. And I don't know if it was because they singing to the tracks, or they didn't want to do this or do that, but it seemed like their mics were turned up, and you could actually hear them. I mean, really hear them to the point that where I think sometimes that background, that vocal, that backup vocal is not the lead, but it'll drive the groove if they can get it prominent enough and with enough, you know, forward energy to drive the groove, and just builds it, makes it better. So when I heard them, I was like, oh, because they sound good. You just can't hear them. So when she did that, I was like, yeah, sing it, keep going. And she did it about 4 times. You know, she was laughing and giggling and stuff. I was like, no, that's what you need to do. And then as I was listening to the video I shot yesterday or the other day, I could have swore I heard a female voice. In fact, I know I heard. I don't know if it was female or whatever. I heard him say, turn my mic down. That disappointed me. That kind of shook me. I'm like, no. I was thinking about Steelers and our quarterback and our heir apparent Mason Rudolph, where everybody said, no, he can't, he ain't the quarterback, he ain't the quarterback. I'm saying, how can you just write the dude off like that? And then you see him in a press conference, and his demeanor is just like, damn, dude, get some life about you, get some confidence. You know, he's like, just looking like talking down to himself and just, you know, not making eye, just weird. You know, just didn't have the presence. And I was thinking that whoever said, turn my mic down in P-Funk, that's the wrong way to go. That's the wrong direction. That's not the direction that I feel P-Funk or a person in P-Funk, the mentality they should have. Turn my mic down. I was like struck. I was like, whoa. But it would explain a lot. It really would explain a lot. Like I said, I don't know who said it. I'm not even sure if it was said. It sounded like that's what it said. Like I said, turn my mic down. Because you could definitely hear the girls singing more this show. And then when Brandy get up to sing her part on the track, she's not singing. She's not even mouthing. I'm like, why don't sing it? Sing over the top of it. Because their voice is better. They sound good. I'm like, sing over the top of it. Drive the music. Drive them Negroes behind you playing you. You know, push them. Give them a groove. Give them something to lock into. You know, you play a part too. The backup vocals play an important part in driving the music and giving it something. So we want to hear it. We want to hear y'all just as loud almost sometimes in the mix. So that was good. But overall, the show was good. Mr. Hampton always, I don't know why I'm focusing so much on Mr. Hampton and the guitars. The only thing I can think of is because Lige and them is just so solid all the time. It's nothing really. And Mr. Boyer, Greg Boyer, the energy he brings just to bring it up, to step it up. And that whole mentality over on that side of the stage, to bring that kind of energy is good too. And he played the trombone on P-Funk. Make my funk P-Funk. And it was beautiful. He just came in, it was beautiful. I mean, I don't know. What can you say? What can you do? Band is hot right now. Maybe because they ain't doing 500 dates and they're rested. In New Orleans, who could not be happy in New Orleans with the food and the drink and the hospitality? It was just good. It was good. Greg Thomas. I mean, he's so solid every time, and he goes higher every time. It's just like you get used to it. And as human beings, news reporting usually tends to be on what didn't go right. So it's almost like a human tendency to point out the things that didn't go right, as opposed to have a natural inclination to focus on things that went right, and to, as a human, respond to that. So I don't know, it was good. I mean, what can I say? What can I say? Damn good show. Front row, damn good show. Energy. And it went on for 3 hours. The show was 3 hours. Jesus Christ. I was tired. I was tired. In fact, the next day, Friday, I didn't leave the hotel room. I had food and everything. No, I did. I got up and I went and got something to eat, and I went right back to the room, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I'm tired. I can't, okay, I'm just gonna lay down. Shoot, I didn't leave again. I didn't leave that hotel room again until the next day. When I got up and went to the Mardi Gras parade. That's one thing I say about being single, or not even being single. Traveling alone, my hand. Been a while since I did this. Or traveling by yourself, you can do whatever you want to do and you don't have to explain. And my biggest thing has always been that if I don't want to do nothing, I ain't got to do nothing. And I ain't got to explain. So I sat in that room all day long, just slept and ate, watched TV. And I probably needed it. From an overnight flight, working for a week or so, running around, show, being up all day, red-eye flight, sleeping on the flight, no real sleep for a while. Food is good in New Orleans. They said I went through a tourist trap. Well, I'm a tourist. And I might have overpaid for it, but I paid for convenience. I paid for walking out my hotel, stumbling into something that looked funky and cool, eating. Waitress was cool, food was okay. Had to put seasoning on it, but franchisee place like that. It was good, it did what it's supposed to do, took some food home, had food for the next day. Blah, 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 blah. Love New Orleans. And the Mardi Gras thing, I got the whole idea of the Mardi Gras thing now. It's about being loud, getting attention, and making eye contact. And it's like if that Mardi Gras was a sport, it'd be almost like it was a sport made for my attributes. Because I was just making noise, having fun. Hey, give me that. Just out there, just dancing, standing in the middle of the street, just dancing, vibing people to the music. Oh, it was just good. It was just good. Anyhow, my name is Jeffrey Scott Mitchell. And we're here today. I think today's Wednesday. We're all getting steps. It's good that I'm getting steps before work again. The weather's broke. The sun is shining. It's just good. Southern California. I feel good. I feel healthy. I'm breathing. It's the weather. I think all my issues are weather related. As soon as the rain goes away, the sun comes back out, I can breathe clearly. Things are much better, nasally wise, sinus wise, or whatever. So when I wake up feeling good like that, my day goes better. Even the work day seems to be a lot more palatable. I just threw that in there, that word in there for no reason. Even the work day comes out easier and smoother. It was just a good show. It was just a good show, and I'm telling you, and that band, and they lock in, and I'm thinking, I might have to stand, I might do the other side so I can see Lige staying on Greg Thomas's side. I think I did that at one of the New York shows. I think my seat was like on that side at one show. I didn't like it. I like being in front of the girls because that's where the energy, that's where the movement and the singing. I like being in front of the girls and Trey Luke and the backup singers because I like singing with them, number one, and they're moving, dancing, the energy, and they're like right there. And so that's always fun. My name is Jeffrey Scott Mitchell, y'all. I was standing at the stage saying, I'm living my dream. New Orleans, doing Mardi Gras, P-Funk Gary play, I'm front row. Living my dream. Anyhow, swinging on y'all. Ouch, 2 times. For me and for the funk. And for every elementary particle atom that has ever existed in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or shall be. It's about the totality of it all, y'all. I love it. Theory of universe. An hypothesis of all as one. Not theory of the universe, theory of universe. An idea that all of this is one thing. My name is Jeffrey. Guess what? I'm out. I said I'm out. How do I stop it? I forgot how to stop it.